Welcome back to SNS Courtside. Of course, you got me, KP, Mike the Expert. So you tuned in. We appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. We know that a lot of y'all, this is your first time seeing us. So hit that subscribe button so you can see us again next time. But with no more blah, 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 shout out to the homies over at Fresh Division. Got this hat for the kid. I appreciate y'all. Anyway, with no more blah, 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 we here to talk about KD, bro. KD, I got to be honest with y'all. Kevin Durant is the ultimate NBA curse. It is the curse of Kevin Durant. And I'm going to tell you why. Every team he done left since he went with the Warriors, he has brought them down. He's been a disaster. Let's look at it. Brooklyn.
Wow.
What happened? What happened? Brooklyn got worse. Am I right or am I wrong? Let's look at the Suns. The Suns got markedly worse. The Suns went in the grave. He was the Undertaker with the Suns. You know why? The Suns went from the finals to not even in the playoffs. And now look at the Houston Rockets. Was in second place before this man got here. Was looking like a contender to OKC. They're in seventh. They basically threatening for the play-in. I'm sorry, man. The Slim Reaper might be a good player, but he's a curse, man. He's a disaster. Straight up. I know you call yourself the expert, but unless you agree with me, I don't know if you really are expert because KD has cursed every team he's played for.
Yeah. So KD, don't get me wrong, KD's a great player. He's probably one of the
Empty stats.
one of the most talented. Now he's probably one of the most talented players we've seen. The thing with KD or whatever, and I agree that he hasn't really, he's not a leader or whatever, and he hasn't really brought these teams up. But the thing with KD is the teams got to know how to use him. They can't just get KD on their team, give him the ball, and say, "Bring our team to the promised land." You got to know how to use them. Golden State still played their offense, and they use KD within their offense.
Expert.
Or whatever.
Cut it out,
No,
yo.
listen,
Cut it out.
I'm telling you.
He played with 3 Hall of Famers. That's like Larry Bird joining the Bulls. What you mean?
I know that. Listen, I'm saying they knew how to use KD within their offense. They were already set. On these other teams, they went to KD as if like he was that man that was going to take them to the promised land. KD plays a lot of ISO basketball. He wasn't able to just do that all the time with Golden State. Golden State still was able to run their offense. You put KD on your team and you have him play like James Harden and run a whole bunch of ISO basketball, it's not going to work. It's not going to work out.
What was the excuse, Dom, when it was KD, Kyrie, and James Harden? James Harden was bringing the ball up. What was the excuse?
It was ISO. They played with just those three. They just ISO'd with each other. I watched the games. It was a bunch of ISO. You don't win like that. What are you doing?
Here's the thing. I'm really with expert in regards to the leadership. Okay. I mean, KD, like, here's the thing, man. I know he wants to just get on there and ball. He just wants to ball and that's it.
He just wants to
just
hoop.
wants to go home.
Yeah, then go play,
He just
then go
wanna-
play 2K. Go
like-
play 2K. If you just want to hoop.
Yeah, he just want to hoop. He just want to hoop. He don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But dude, you had to know getting on the Rockets and such a young team that they are, and you being the veteran, former MVP, the one who actually has a ring on the. I know other people might have a ring on the Rockets, but you know what I'm saying? He's the superstar.
No, he don't.
This was his time to play the leadership role. Okay, he has to get on there and hold those other younger players accountable. But it's not only that. The fact is, too, they don't really have a true point guard. They're really hurting by getting, you know what I'm saying? I think it was Van Vliet that got hurt.
Van Vliet's out for the season.
Yeah. So I think, the Rockets really kind of pushed in thinking that, they were going to have a squad, and they don't have that exact squad anymore. So they don't really have that floor general like KD maybe had with Chris Paul, even though that wasn't, something that worked all the time. But then even so, even on Golden State and all these other teams that KD played on, they have other superstars that were able to stand up and hold these players accountable. I think KD just doesn't have that leadership skill.
When he left Brooklyn, he left them worse than when he got there. They've been a disaster since he left. They're a disaster.
But he also had them. What didn't he have them in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Man,
maybe not. It might be wrong.
They went to the semifinals of.
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Semifinals. But I mean, he
and
went far.
And next year they had more talent and they imploded. And then he went to the Suns and ruined their team. And what's so crazy is, you know what's crazy? Expert notice. The guy that got traded out of the Sun, out of the Rockets, is making a difference for the Suns and averaging over 20 points. Dillon Brooks. Should have just kept Dillon Brooks, man.
And here's another thing. Teams got to give up a lot for KD. That's another thing. So it's like, Maybe the Rockets gave up too much. They don't have enough depth now.
Well, the Rockets didn't really give up a lot. They just gave up their heart and soul of their team. Dillon Brooks was the heart and soul of the team. When Memphis gave up Dillon Brooks, that really is what started their decline and what hurt them, because Memphis actually had a team that could compete. Dillon Brooks really brings a lot to a team, even if he's not scoring 25 points a game. He's, because I mean, that heart and that soul, that leadership that Dillon Brooks gives,
Toughness.
he makes that team tougher than what it really is or whatever. He brings the toughness out of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant is a much greater player, probably one of the best offensive players in the league. But like I said, the way his game is set up, you got to know how to use Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant is going to play one way. He's going to ISO. ISO ball doesn't work. I remember Kobe Bryant was with Tracy McGrady, and they both said when they were talking about James Harden was doing all that ISO stuff, and he was winning regular season games. He was doing his thing, but they said they said he will never win a championship playing that way. That ISO ball just doesn't work. You got to be able to play within the offense, within your team. You can ISO, but not every single time you get the ball. On Brooklyn, when KD, James Harden, and Kyrie were on there, if you watch those games, they didn't use their entire team. It was I'm ISOing, now it's your turn.
my turn.
Now it's your
Right.
turn. That's how they
Right.
played.
So if that's the
That
case,
was
then
terrible.
why is this man, he's such a great player, why he ain't learning from his mistakes? Why he ain't noticed when I went to Brooklyn and I played ISO, it didn't work. When I went to Phoenix and played ISO, it didn't work. Why are you gonna do it again in Houston? It don't work.
Yeah, that doesn't make him not a great player. That's just how he plays his game. Just like James Harden. James Harden, what we gonna say now, he's not a great player because he didn't win a championship. He ISO'd like
So
crazy.
would you say it's empty? Would you say it's empty calories though?
Empty calories. I mean, as
Think
far
so?
as if
It's not leading to wins. Here's the thing.
yeah,
All right, look at a guy. I'm gonna give you a couple examples. Allen Iverson, ISO player, but one thing about it, Allen could take a bunch of ham sandwiches, a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of guys that can't shoot, that are not offensive players, and take them to the playoffs consistently. I
they
seen
put
Ray
a
Allen
team.
do it. I seen T-Mac do it. I seen
Well,
Charles Barkley do it. Make teams better. He don't make nobody better.
yeah, like I said, you got it. It's how it's the team that you have around. You look at Allen Iverson or whatever. Allen Iverson was able to do that because of the team that they put around him. Allen Iverson had defensive players around him. He had the right people around him for him to be able to just do that. So Allen Iverson could go ISO and take a lot of shots and all that. And then these other guys were a bunch of role players that can play their roles real good and, shield Iverson on the other end of the court, the defense. Kevin Durant, they're looking at him as like he's a Michael Jordan. And they just put him
Dog.
out there and say, but hold on, they put him out there and say, bring us to the promised land. It's not going to happen. He's not that type of player. He's not that type of leader. You need to have an offense already and then add Kevin Durant in there and let him put some points up for you, but don't let him be like that focal point, that guy. Like you need
Hey, Dom.
he just needs to come add on to what you have.
Here's
No.
my thing though. Like, I mean, we're putting this all on KD though. I mean, they have a coach who's supposed to be
ain't
one
no
of the
coach
best
in the
coaches
NBA
in
no
the
more.
NBA?
Ain't no coaches
Nah.
I
in the
mean,
NBA no
Ime
more.
Udoka is supposed to,
Man, Ime Udoka too
work
worried
some
about
magic to or change something up to. I mean, I'm just saying.
He too busy having office
Yeah, I mean,
affairs, man. He too busy having office affairs.
Look, I've heard about, he's like a top 5 coach in the NBA. He's one of the top coaches.
He's
Didn't
a
he
good coach.
win former? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, work with it. This is a coaching situation.
It's not that easy, man. It is not that easy. First of all, I can't really say it's a coaching situation. You got to look
Because the coach
at their
can't, you
team.
can't make the coach can yell at you, but
Yeah.
they still gonna do what you want to do when you out there.
I bet you Popovich would do something different.
That's a different type of coach, though. He ain't that type of
Well,
coach.
first of all, Popovich has had many losing seasons or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to say how great Popovich is, but Popovich had many losing seasons. When he lost his people, he was losing. Now look at Ime Udoka last season. He didn't have a Kevin Durant on his team, and he coached that team to second place or whatever. People weren't even expecting that. Ime Udoka really is a pretty good coach, and he really did his thing. It's just like KP said, Kevin Durant will come on the team and he'll mess your team up because his game. No, but I'm saying his game as professional. No, you gotta let me finish. I'm saying his game, because I've been saying it the whole time, but I'm saying That's why I said you got to know how to use Kevin Durant, because his game, as proficient as it is or whatever, is not the type of game where he just needs to be the man that's going to take your team to the promised land. It's just
How
not
about
going to
this?
happen.
How about this? Dom, you're going to love this. How about this? I will raise the stakes. I'm going to take Wizard Michael Jordan. He going to make your team better before Kevin Durant. I'm going to tell you why. Because you remember the first year Mike was with the Wizards? Had that man knee not went out, they was in 4th place when his knee went out. Had he not went out with that knee, they're going to the playoffs. He was cooking with Popeye Jones, Rip Hamilton, Lou. These are the players he playing with, bro. Are you serious? Popeye Jones, Charles Oakley, Brendan Hayward. Are you serious, man? Come on, bro. If this man could cook with them guys, I'm sorry, bro. Eton Thomas, he playing with Eton Thomas. I'm sorry, bro. I'll take 40-year-old MJ. He gonna make you better before Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is cursed, man. Empty calories. You heard it from KP first.
Yeah, I honestly think
I don't know about that.
I don't
but okay.
I don't think no. I feel KP on that. I mean, I feel him on that, but that's Michael Jordan. But here's the thing.
Yeah, it is.
I also, on the flip side of that, is I don't think KP watches the games. I think he just looks at stats, you know. And
I watch the games.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
Dog, the ISO ain't working. I'm watching it fail, and I'm watching it.
Okay, so now you see my point. I've been saying the whole time, the dude ISOs a lot. The ISO doesn't work, just like it didn't work for James Harden. I've been saying it the whole time.
And at the end of the day, what does it
not
do?
going to work. And I said you got to have a team that can use him, that's going to hold him accountable. When he was on Golden State, Draymond Green held him accountable. When Kevin Durant was on there when Kevin Durant was on there trying to ISO, what did Draymond do? He went in Kevin Durant's face and let him know that's not how we play. That's not how we play. He let him know that early on. No, he didn't threaten him. He let him know that early on, and Kevin Durant, saw how they played and came in there and did it.
You know what he said? Hey, man, you want me to put you out like I put out Jordan Poole? You better pass that ball to me. That's what he said to him.
That don't even make no sense. Jordan Poole, he didn't even hit Jordan Poole
Draymond went up there and said, you want me to choke you out? You better pass that ball. Hey, how about this? I'm going to leave y'all with this. I might take Russell Westbrook. I bet you he might make you better, even though he bricks all the time. But that's a story for another day. Y'all let us know,
not
right?
2026 Russell Westbrook.
Of course not 2026, man.
I mean, okay, well, you need to clarify that.
We're talking about in Sacramento.
He ain't making Sacramento better.
Actually, you know who? This being serious. I was actually joking. You know, being serious, Chris Paul. He makes you better.
When? You talking about when he was good?
Yeah.
During his prime. Yeah, during his prime.
Even on the downside, what'd he do? He got the OKC to the playoffs. On the downside, what'd he do? He got the Spurs playing right. On the one leg, what'd he do? He took the Suns to the finals. The results for themselves.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are you talking about now? Because now, no. But
I mean, dog, the man, he was on his farewell tour. Of course not right now.
I mean, Michael Jordan was on his farewell tour. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are we talking about? Michael Jordan was 40 years old.
He was on his farewell tour, but the Clippers just told him farewell.
Mm-hmm. Clippers got him out of there.
I'm just saying, and ain't nobody picked him up. Nobody's picked him up.
So that's a story for the other day. But y'all comment, man. Y'all tell us if y'all agree, if y'all think Kevin Durant is a curse or not. Like, share, subscribe.